You heard this.
Jarek,
Styx.
this is the fucking last time you're ever gonna bug me.
What? That's the end of the game? Seriously? So that's why everybody said this. I was expecting to play like 7 hours today. This was like an hour and a half. What? What? I'm kind of in shock, I'll be honest. This game also kind of felt shorter, but not really. It was pretty much the same, I think, length as the previous one. Maybe a little bit shorter, but like a tiny bit shorter. The reason why this one took me much less is because I just did everything in ghost mode, no combat, didn't kill anything. So this kind of is the result. So instead of 6 hours per map, it only took me like 50 minutes. So my thoughts about the game are as follows. It's pretty much the same game as the previous game, Master of Shadows. The big difference is, for me, the story is more interesting, and I am curious to see how Blades of Greed that comes out later on this year will actually continue this story, because it is, that's what they say, and it's supposed to be like the continuation of the story. And for me, it's like a very strange place to stop the story at, like a very random small thing between the two of them, like I'm gonna shoot you, or I'm gonna crush you like a bug, and that's the ending. It's very, I don't know, it doesn't feel completed. I guess that's why so many people want the third game. I want the third game because the concept, the story are interesting. My very, very, very glaring, bold red flag for this game is the movement, the combat, the control, basically how you move. Everything that you control, everything that is in your control, just doesn't feel good. I complained endlessly about how the controls feels awful, because they are. It's so impossible to do the thing that you want, to jump to certain places that you want, to hold things that you want. They did improve things from the previous game, I'm not gonna say no. They changed the whole thing with the what do you call them, with the elves being able to see your mana and stuff, and now the dwarves can smell you, but you have a solution. You can use the perfume thing that makes it so they can smell you. So there is a problem, and if you work for it and you try, you find a solution. I like that. That's a very good thing. But the controls, which are the things you do like 90% of the time, are just horrible, just atrocious. So this is the reason why I'm taking so many points of what I think the game is. If the controls were good, I would give the game a 9, no problem. Again, controls are the main problem. I'm going to give the game a 6. It's better than the previous game, which I gave 5.5. This game is a 6 just because of the controls and the repeated use of the maps, which are pretty shameful, I'll be honest. It's pretty shameful. I kind of expecting now the Blades of Greed to have like 6 maps or 5 maps. Then you go in them in order, and whenever you finish whenever you finish like the middle of the game, or the last map, the 6th map, then you just do them backwards with some kind of a made up reason why you have to remake, why you have to go back to the same places, because you deal with the same people. Sure, but it's most of the time not in the same place, and the maps don't even change. They're exactly the same. So all the shortcuts, all the everything is identical. Is there anything more to do? I don't think there is. It's just going to be a repeat if you want to do the same things again, right? Yeah. It's just if you want to do the same thing again. I said during the story, I'm really hoping they're gonna go for more like Styx and other people, instead of just Styx alone making like fourth wall breaking jokes endlessly, which hit like maybe 50% of the time. I really hope they like introduce more characters. They're gonna pull in Heledrin again. She still has to pay him, right? I know she gave him the boat and stuff, But I really like the chemistry. It was very fun to see them like joking about each other. He called her like a fat bitch, and she's called him like a short goblin turd. It was kind of funny to see their like relationship between them, how funny like the chemistry is as like colleagues, that each one of them had an objective, but they kind of want to do their own thing, but they just benefit of the other one. So I'm really hoping they're gonna go down more this kind of route instead of just Styx again dealing with addiction of some kind of a substance, be amber or quartz. From what I saw in the trailer, the main thing in the next one is gonna be quartz, right? And if it's gonna be quartz, and I assume it's gonna be the elves again, and it's probably gonna be Jarak is still alive somehow. Something happened with the ship, maybe they reached an agreement right after what we saw, and each one of them just moved on in their own way. Now, I'm not certain if I'm gonna like what the next game has to offer, I'll be honest with you, because of what these two games showed me for the combat and everything. I'm probably gonna check out the story at the game at some point. If it's gonna release at like $70 or something, I'm not gonna touch the game at the start. I'm gonna wait for it to go on discount, because whatever product they come up with, I'm certain it's gonna be the same thing. I'm certain there's no way it's not gonna be the same maps, the same thing, just horrible controls. If it's gonna be somewhat a decent price, I might give it like a chance something, but I really doubt it. For my opinion, I don't even need to know what next is coming, and because it's like a two-time thing. It's not like they did it once, they made up, and then they said oopsie, and the previous product was good. The next product, which was like 3 years after, right? So this is 2017, the previous game was 2014. It's the same product. The story is a bit different, the graphics looked a bit better, but that's it, right? So I'm not gonna expect them to give something I don't believe they have. I don't believe they have the capability to produce something better. It's not like to go and like to laugh at them and say how horrible they are. It's just like, this is the product they produce. So what I see and what I play from them is my opinion of them. But that's pretty much my opinion of the game. To summarize this whole thing, good story, interesting story, strange place to put this cliffhanger, horrible controls, shameful use of the reusing of the maps again and again, interesting skills, I had a lot of fun using them, though I would like to see more of them, more potential things to do. I don't know what they can introduce, but it would be more interesting if they can like level up the, like increase the difficulty and not just make it so the combat is the combat. The sneaking around is just a loading screen, so somebody's over there, I just gotta wait. And I'm gonna wait for like 30 seconds, and then I can move. Wait for 30 seconds, and then move, because it's not fun to play like that. The moments where you just like go back, you run by, you sneak here, you roll into there, you do this, you jump over that, you go invisible, you turn it off, you turn it off, you turn it off, you turn it off, and you roll again, and you hide again. These things actually feel good when everything is just like boom, 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 boom. When you gotta wait, do an action, this just takes so much time and it feels way too slow. But that's my opinion on the game, and that's actually gonna be the stream. It's like super short. We just did like almost 2 hours. I really expected the game to be much longer, because in the previous game the things took me longer, but it's completely my fault because I didn't kill anything, so I just did the objective then move on, which I know if this is what they expect you, then I guess this game is a little bit shorter than I expected. I can't believe that I'm saying it already. I was like prepared for like a whole like, long stream and everything. I was mentally prepared to like this is so strange. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, thank you. If you didn't, let me know why. Besides that, keep it safe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.